When the ranger enters the woods, the prey begins to fear. The silent stalk, the secret kill, the shot they'll never hear. Tonight we ride with a liquid fire to hunt across this land. Tonight we ride with a liquid fire from mountain to grassland.
Hey guys, Liquid Fire here. Thanks for joining me again tonight. So we are on to episode 2 of our ranger hunts here. So we're still here with the bunnies running around from when we ended the last hunt. Alright guys, thanks for joining me again. I appreciate it. So we are picking up right where we left off in the Ranger Chronicles. We're on episode 2. Just to recap, if you missed the first episode, we are basically going to hunt every animal in the game in Ranger mode. This first run through, we're going to call it easy mode. We can use whatever rifle, we can fast travel, blah blah blah. Basically playing it the easy way for Ranger, with the exception of hunting zones. We're not going to go zone hopping, we're just going to walk around the areas where we know stuff is and follow them by their sound. So we've already knocked out several of our animals for Nez Perce. So we've done the lesser scalp, the pheasant, the wild duck, the Ross's goose, snowshoe hare, American badger, red fox, mule deer, whitetail, and the western moose. So the only things we have left are the bighorn, the gray wolf, the mountain goat, the Rocky Mountain elk, and the American black bear. We are currently down here in Haley-Witch, and we could go over here and try to find these guys, but I'm not going to. We're going to head over to Sheep Eater and She Devil and see what we can find here. So my gut instinct for the elk says to go this way and go find these guys and take them out. But I think what I'm going to do instead, you know what? No, we will. We're going to come over here to Yee's cabin and we're going to walk down this way and then circle back through here and see if we can find our goat and bighorn. And if we happen to pick these elk up along the way, that's fine. If not, that's fine too. We are going to go in here and swap out the bird gun. We don't need it anymore. Oh, wait a minute. I can't do it in here. Let me go to the vehicle. You know what? I should take a look around, see if there happens to be anything along the water. Nope. Okay. We're going to go over here to the Jeep and change out the bird gun for the Armad. That's the wrong sign. Oh dear Lord, where's the parking sign? Jeez. I'm telling you, they need to paint them orange. Blaze orange. Come on guys, help me out here. Oh, alright, so let's go back to our Ahmad. We're good to go. We've got the elk call. We don't need the moose call. We don't need the calls. That matter. I mean, I'm going to say that I can use them on easy mode, but I may call an elk. That might not be a bad use for it. Alright, so we're just going to hop over the rocks here, get through the water. So again, this is the easy mode, so we're using whatever weapon we want. We can use collars, we can fast travel. Now once we do every species in the game, if I can get unstuck here, Then we're going to go back and do it in what we'll call hard mode. And for that one, we're going to do it with nothing but the bear takedown. No collars, no fast travel, no HUD at all. To where now I have the wind and the compass. Although I would kind of like to keep the compass. I said I wouldn't, so we won't. We'll go bare bones. Basically, the hard mode is just going to be taking the takedown and taking down everything in the game with it. I don't think that one's going to go nearly as fast as this one's going so far. I don't use the takedown ever anymore. So it's going to take me a little bit of time to get back into the swing of things using the takedown. And it does also mean that we're going to be stalking in on everything. With no collars, there's not going to be any calling stuff to you. Of course, you're not going to have hunter sense or anything like that. And we are not going to be able to take those 150-yard shots. We're not going to be using any of the zones. We're going to know, the areas where things are, but we're not going to, pop this guy and say, okay, it's drink time, let's go here. And in both modes, we're hunting 24/7. We're going straight through the night. Daylight, dark, it doesn't matter. I will have the night vision binoculars. So if it's a really dark area for some reason, I'll have them. Of course, I think after some discussions recently, it would seem that my particular setup is very, very bright. So I don't really have too many issues hunting at night anyway. With rifles. Now, how does that play with the bow? I don't know. I haven't really spent a lot of time using the takedown recently at all. So I suspect the first few hunts are going to be a little shaky. Getting used to the aim points and stuff again, because I'll have to go relearn them. I don't remember what they were now. I assume it'll be like riding a bike. It'll come back to me. So my idea here is to walk around the pond. I was staying a little further left to see if we could hear these elk call out. But I'm not going to walk all the way down through here looking for them. We're going to circle around, get to about the road or so, and then head back north, and we're listening for goats and rams. And if we hear these elk, then that's a nice bonus. They are in this area, so we should run into them. The wolves, they could be here, they could be here, they could be anywhere. So if we hear them, we'll go try to find them. But that's the hunt for this hour. And I'll be honest, I enjoy the hell out of this so much more than chasing the fives. The 5-star slam's a nice... Lord, that water's so loud. Is a nice goal, and I want to complete it. Although I may never be able to fully complete it with the Alaskan wolves. But I'm just burnt out on it right now. I've done it so much in Let's Go to here lately. And I've still got a few animals to knock out, but I just needed a break from it. And I hadn't been putting out any videos lately, and I wanted to do something that was fun. I wanted to do something that people could get engaged with. And I think that showcasing how easy Ranger actually is a good way to do it. So we're going to have some fun with Ranger mode here. And yeah, maybe take some of the fear of Ranger out. It's not that hard, guys. It's really not. I know that if you ask the right people, they'll tell you that it's the only way, it's hard, it's realistic. It's more realistic. It really is. You don't have hunter sense in real life. So in that regard, they're absolutely correct. But if you've been playing hunter, yeah, it's exactly the same. You just don't have hunter sense, you can't use the camera as far. Things like that. Now, again, and I said this even in the last video, where I do think Ranger really suffers is when you start doing herd management and really caring about what you take out. Because some animals you just can't judge. There's no way to do it. You know, you look at a badger. It's a badger. It may be a male, it may be a female, maybe young, maybe old, 1 star, 5 star. There's just no way to know. Whitetail, on the other hand, yeah, you can tell pretty easily what they are. Now, you may confuse a 4 for a 5, and you may not always pick out the right low fit because of the way the antlers are uneven sometimes. But you can at least have a good idea. And if you play Hunter and think about it like you're playing Ranger, you're listening, you're paying attention to where sounds are, it's exactly the same. It's not a big deal. You know, turn Hunter sense off sometimes, guys. Play it like it's Ranger. You'll see it's not that different. The spooks are exactly the same. The ranges are the same. If you watch the first video, you can see I haven't exactly been creeping around. Now, it is nice when you hear something call out to know what it is and where it is. I don't have every sound in the game memorized. Oh, we have some sort of noise up here, though. Yeah, and the birds. I don't have all the bird calls down pat. I thought I had them, but apparently I don't. But we got something up here. I don't see any white yet, so maybe we've got some bighorn. I don't have the zones memorized, and I haven't hunted Nez Perce in a long time. So I remember where some stuff is. I remember, you know, generally where things are, but some of these herds, especially things I don't hunt, and I don't hunt goats. I could care less about the goats. The bighorn I think are cool, but I really didn't hunt them much. I shot a bunch of them, but I didn't really hunt them much. So I don't have all the zones memorized. I know, you know, areas to go and things like that, sure. And I've got the map with tons of animals on it. I could bring up next map and, you know, find anything anywhere, but that's not what this is about. This is about just going out. Okay, now do we want to go after the elk, or do we want to go up here after the sound? There's... Okay. That's... So it sounded like we had elk down this way and up this way. And we heard something up this direction, so we're going to keep going up the hill. Plus our wind is blowing up the hill anyway, so being high has a couple advantages here. Obviously you can see down in the bottom better. I like elevation when I'm hunting. And there's something up this way. And it's going to put our wind in a better position, so everything about this says go up the hill. Now I do have to be a little more cautious if these are elk up here. Oh my gosh. The USB connect and disconnect, or disconnect and connect. You know what, let me unplug. Okay. Now I'll know whether or not it's that controller. I just disconnected the dongle for it. Sorry, it's been driving me insane for weeks now. Alright, so we've got something up here off to the north. I believe we've got elk. We can use a collar, and I may get in a position to where I feel like I need to. For the moment, we're just going to kind of stalk our way in, see what we got. We're coming in kind of blind. I don't like this approach. I would much rather be coming down into something where we can see. But hopefully as we get around the crest of this ridge here, or I guess I should probably say mountain, we can get eyes on something. Oh, we're going to have to get around another hump. So this is what makes the game fun. Stalking in on something, you don't know what you're going to find, and since I don't care about herd management, I'm just going to find whatever I want. Now, I am going to be somewhat cautious. I'm not going to take something out that looks like a 4-star. Well, let me say it a little bit differently. I'm not going to purposefully take out something that looks like a 4-star. Man, they are way up here. I may pick a 4-star thinking that, hey, I just found a 5 and be wrong. Not going to worry about it. If I can find something that looks like it needs cold, we're going to coal it. So we're not just randomly shooting whatever. We're going to try to be somewhat smart about it. Oh, we're getting close now, guys. Elk on the side of a mountain in the woods, and I've got no line of sight on anything. This is really a recipe for disaster. We are definitely going to be doing the stop and go a whole lot more as we get around this particular ridge. Oh, wrong button. I have no idea how close we are to these guys. They can't be too far away unless they're moving. And I don't even know what time it is, so I know it's after 1400. Oh, good lord. If we don't spook these guys, it's going to be a miracle. Because we are going to be right on top of them. I don't hear them walking or anything. Try to get my way up to about there. Hopefully we'll be able to see them over that little hump. And see, here's the thing. This is the same thing you'd be doing in Hunter. You couldn't just walk in on them anyway. You would still have to be stop and go, going slow. Yeah, you could take the camera up and get an idea of where they're at, kind of watch them if you wanted to, which technically I've got the camera. I could peep over this hill, but we're not going to. God, they're up even higher. I don't know if I've ever taken an elk up in here. Oh, they're on. Okay. They're up this valley, I bet. That's what's going on. So once we get up here to the top, if I don't fall down, we should have elevation on them. Okay. That makes a lot more sense now. Okay. I was like, what are elk doing up here? Alright, let's see if we can get eyes on these guys sometime soon. Oh, I see something. Oh, that is not elk. We got bighorn down here. So let's go ahead and throw a marker there. So we know that there's some bighorn over there. And we've got elk somewhere around this bend here. This is where checking the zones would actually really be handy, because I would know roughly where they are. And I still may walk straight on top of them and spook them. The bad thing is now our wind is not to our advantage. So we may end up pushing them out with our wind. And if we do, that's not a big deal. We'll just go over here and take out one of these rams. I may take him out. He don't look bad. I don't remember the bighorn calling out for some reason. Huh. I guess they always have, and I just haven't paid any attention. I may actually take that guy right there. Let's see if we can get these elk first, though. We'll probably spook them when we shoot the elk if we get a shot. Trying to go up the hill. Come on now. There we go. If our wind isn't pushing these elk, I'm going to be shocked. We haven't spooked them, but I don't know where they're at now. As we came around the side of this mountain, our wind is no longer to our advantage. I thought we would be above them, but I haven't heard them call out in a little bit either, so we may have pushed them off with our wind, or scent. Or they may be right over this hill. I don't know. And that's what makes this so much fun. I'm not worried about it. I'm just looking for whatever. I don't know where they went. I lost them. Oh, they're right there. They are still here. So we may have pushed them away a little bit. So now the question is, do I take this ram, or do I go after the elk that we've been chasing? Oh, right there they are. We did push them. Or is that another... Could be a different herd. Alright. We're going to go over this little ridge here and see if we see any elk that are closer. If we don't, then I'm going to go ahead and take that ram. I'm not good at judging them. I may regret it. It's probably going to be a 3 or 4 star, and I think it's bigger, but he looks good enough to me to take. We're going to roll the dice. We're not going to regret it. Even if we screw up one, doesn't matter. Yeah, so we definitely pushed the elk. Okay. So they're down in there. We'll go ahead and throw a mark over there. We may or may not spook them, but we're going to take this guy right here out. If we don't spook them, great, we'll go after them. If we do, well, that's fine. We might be able to see where they go depending on what happens. Alright, so our range... Where did he go? That's him right there. So we're about 168. I swear I don't remember them making noise. Alright, let's get between these two trees. Wow, which one's bigger, him or him? I think that's the bigger one right there. That's the one we're after, not this guy. Oh, Lord. Oh. If they get in just the right position, we could almost pull off a double kill. Oh, which one is bigger? I think this guy is. So here's where I'm struggling right now. I would prefer to have hunter sense and know what I'm looking at. But that's alright. Get out of the way, girl. They look the same to me. I can't tell which one's bigger. I feel like this one may go further forward. I'd like to see them side by side. This is not the shot I'd like to take either. Yeah, that front one's a little bigger, I think. So we're going to take him. How far have they moved out now? Maybe 200 yards. Oh, right dead in the middle. Our elk are still over here. We could do the spine shot right in the neck. So here's the part that I think gets a lot of people in trouble, is just not being patient, waiting for the right shot. And I'm trying to be patient. I'm really, really trying. I mean, I could push things and go for that really steep quartering shot, but I'd rather... Gosh. There's a shot I'd take. I want it on this guy. The spine shot is calling me, but I'm trying to hold off. Alright, here we go. Give us a little broadside turn, buddy. You're not listening very well. Give us a little broadside turn, buddy. Alright. That was not the... Well, we can do the lung shot. Alright, he's down. Alright, so these guys didn't spook, so we can look at them and figure out which one we want to take out. Let's check our range. Probably go to 250. What's this guy back here? Yeah, I'll probably take one of these out. None of these look exceptional, either good or bad. We've got a nice broadside shot on him if we wanted to do that. None of these guys look bad. Yeah. We don't have a great shooter in here. This guy's going to be the one we take. This guy here. So, wait a minute. Let's see her at 200. Let's see her at 300. They're about 250. Oh, of course you're going to sit down. I think he's the worst looking one. Well, no, he's... Dang on, they all look about the same. Let's just take this guy and be done. Hey, run over to the bighorn and die over there. You keep going. Keep going. Well, he's somewhere down in there. Alright. So we got our bighorn down here. He's somewhere on the other side of this ridge. Let's see if we can get out of here without getting knocked unconscious. Drop down in this little drain. There we go. Alright. So that was a lot of fun. I hate that the wind pushed them off, but I'm not surprised once we realized they were around the side of the hill. We never spooked them, but we definitely pushed them. And that's okay. You can use that to your advantage if you want even. There's times when animals are in a bad position, you can use your wind to push them out of it and into a better shooting spot. Now the question is, how bad am I going to regret the bighorn I chose? We'll see. I'm not great at judging them. I don't hunt bighorn much, so we'll see. This has definitely been a much slower hunt with all the fun stalking, but all right, let's see what we did here. All right. Oh, he was a 4-star. I knew it. I knew it was going to happen. 435. Oh well, that's all right. We're not going to taxi him. Still, shot was a little back. Not bad. Alright. Well, we had to go a little further back. But, alright. So let's sell him. And let's see if we can find this elk over here. I'm pretty sure he's going to be high fit. I don't know how high. They all looked like they were good. And that's, again, the part that I don't like about Ranger, is just not knowing. Wow. Couldn't have marked that any better if we tried. That not knowing. But that's alright. Let's see how bad you hurt me. 45%, really? Does that look like a 45%? How do you judge that as a 45? I mean, I'm not complaining. That works out great. I don't regret it at all. Alright, so let's sell him. And that's knocked out our Rocky Mountain elk. Mark him as done. Our bighorn sheep is done. So we've got wolf, goat, and bear. That's it. So let's head on up. See if we can find one of these goats. Maybe we'll get lucky and find a bear too. And a wolf. We can just find them all up here. It'd be nice if we can knock out all of Nez Perce in 2 hunts. And I'm not doing every animal on every map. We're just doing every animal. But Nez Perce being the first one. Oh, hell. Oh, that's the elk. Or the bighorn. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Our goats should be further up this way, I think. But with it being the first map we're doing, yeah, we're just going to take out everything on the map. Now when we go to, say, Transylvania, we won't have to worry about the pheasant and duck and all that. Well, not that there's too much overlap. Alright, so again, we're just heading up this way. So we've got goats up here, there are wolves, and bear. So we can technically finish it all right up here if we happen to find everything we're after. And again, I'm not going to go zone hunting. We know the areas they're in, so we're just going to hunt the area. Now these goats may be tougher. Hopefully I see them in the distance. Would actually be really handy if we can knock this out before it gets dark. It won't be long. I'll be a little smarter on the next map, and we'll start at daylight instead of almost midday. I wasn't even really thinking about it. I just flipped to the. I wanted it to be day one. I don't know why. It doesn't really matter, but for some reason in my mind it needed to be day one. Alright, so we be really happy to hear a noise or see a goat in the distance, or a bear or wolf. I'd rather see a goat. I can find bear and wolf pretty easily. I'm just kind of looking down through the trees as we go, just looking for white, to be honest. I knew I'd take out a 4-star. I should have just picked a small one, but I was like, he looks pretty good. Oh well. Again, one, not gonna hurt a thing. I was really thinking the birds were going to be the hardest to do, but these goats may be a booger. Can't call them. Not exactly easy to call them in, since we got no collar. They do stand out pretty good though, since they're real light colored. Alright, so we got these guys here, so we're in the right area now. I don't remember where the zones are, and I'm not going to click on them to find the zones. I know they've got some zones on the east side of the river. But when you're looking at one of these animals, the icon is kind of in the middle of their range, so we're in the right areas. So if we hear something, any twig snapping or anything at all, it's a good possibility that it's our goats. I should probably be working my way up the hill a little bit, but I'm going to be able to see down to this bottom. Our wind is still blowing up this way, so unless they're straight up the hill from us when we finally do find them, we should be okay with our wind. Be nice to see them down that flat down there. Alright, we should be hearing something soon, in my opinion. Unless I spook them. Then we'll hear something for sure. Don't see anything yet. Now, what I prefer to do, instead of hunting a specific species, I just like to pick an area and go for a walk. Just walk down a river, walk across a ridge, whatever. When you hear something, just go find it. But the challenge here is to take one species of everything. So there's a little more effort into finding the right things. Well, we've got a hanging limb there from nothing. I thought I heard the sound of animal feet, but I guess I didn't. Oh, wait a minute, we got something right there. Oh, no we don't. Alright. I'm seeing things now. Alright guys, where are you at? So we've made it all the way up into here now. And we're right in the middle of their range. Now I don't remember where their zones are, so I can't really push one direction or another to go find them. What's bad is when you're looking for something specific, like a goat in this case. Every rock, everything that looks a little different. Is that a goat? Oh, is that a goat? I'm surprised we haven't heard anything yet. I know this is not a super densely populated area, but I figured by now we would hear wolves or bear or goat, something. I heard something up that way. Wasn't a goat call or a stick breaking or anything like that, just a different noise. Not what it was. I don't see anything up there, though. Alright, guys. Where are y'all at? Oh, there we go. So we got something down that way somewhere. And we know where we're at. It could be elk, could be goats. I mean, you know, could be anything. Oh, I just saw something right there. What was it? So that dark spot on that tree. Yeah. So we're going to gain elevation. Let's see if we can see whatever made the noise down here. Now the hunt's getting fun. Oh, well, I guess we're closer than we thought. Oh, and it's our goats. Daggone it. I thought they were further away. I did not expect that. That's alright. That's perfectly fine. I'm actually going to say that's probably good. Not that we spooked them, but the direction they went. Wow. I really thought they were down in there. Alright, so they went this way. The reason I said that's good is we were just heading further and further up. Now we can come over here, pick them up, and then head back down. And we've got bear and wolf in this area. How did I have zones? That's interesting. I must have clicked on an animal. I don't know. Don't know what animal it is. None of them are highlighted. Anyway, so that works out. So we'll head over here, try to find these guys, and then work our way back south. And we know roughly where they are. So there is one good example of where Ranger versus Hunter, if you have Hunter sense on, makes a difference. So in that instance, if we'd had Hunter sense on, we would have known how far away the goats were. We wouldn't have known what they were, but we would have known that they were closer than we thought. But that's alright. We know they were roughly heading this direction, so we'll say we're going to head kind of towards there. I don't think they would have went that far. And of course they could have turned left or right or whatever. But I suspect that they're going to be somewhere in that general area, somewhere between here and here. Not interested in you, elk. Now the question is, if I hear a wolf or a bear somewhere else, do I go after them? Or do I continue on after these goats that we spooked? Well, that answers the question for us. Well, that doesn't. We heard a noise. We're going this way. Now these rocks confuse me when I'm looking for goats. Every rock looks like a goat to me when you're looking for them. Alright. Our wind is still good, so we're not... Wow, we're running right at elk too. That's probably not great. Hopefully we see our goats before we run into these elk. Now I would really have a tough decision to make if I hear a wolf or a bear. Because we don't know if these goats turned or if they went straight. We know that we're running in on elk, and we know how spooky they are. Alright, well, they're not happy with me. They could be standing on my goats for all I know. Or the goats may have turned left or right. Well, there go the elk. Hopefully they didn't also spook my goats wherever they are. I kind of thought that we would see the goats before now, though. I don't know which way they turned or if they were standing there with the elk. It didn't sound like two herds spooked, though. Hmm. That sounded like it was right up here. That's bad. I've got something over 120 as well. This is not exactly what I would like to see happening. The good thing is the wind is still to our advantage. The bad thing is it sounded like it was right on the other side of this hill. Uh-oh. Oh! Oh no. No, we're gonna keep working this way for now. We are going to keep that in mind, though. Hopefully these guys are further away than I think they are, or I'm afraid they are. I'm really surprised they've made it this far. Because they were further up than here. Well, let's just keep on going up the hill. This is not the type of stalking I like to do. I prefer to... Good lord, that blinded me. What was that? Oh. I prefer to have an idea of where they are and to stalk in purposefully, not blindly. You know, a little smarter than just going up over a hill, but whatever. We've got something over here to the left, and I think there may have been something right here on the other side of this hill. We're going to try to get some elevation here. And then we've got a bear somewhere over that direction. Of course, they may be moving right now, I don't know. Still over there somewhere. Well, I guess we haven't made it quite as far over as I thought. Alright, let's get up on this rock here and see if we can see anything. Well, that didn't work. Well, that's what that sound was. Which doesn't surprise me a ton. So let's get up on here and see if we can find these goats if they're up here. Oh. Can't get up here. Alright. Well, it sounds like there's a bear right in front of us, too. Maybe that was the goat that we spooked. I thought for sure it was the elk. I sure don't see any goats up here. Our old bear is still over here. It's a pair of them. Let's try to look over here, down on this bottom. See if we can get lucky and get eyes on the goats. So we know the elk are over here. So unless the goats turned, I think we did spook them. I thought it was the elk we were spooking, but so what we know is they came up this way. If they veered left, they should be over here somewhere on this ridge. And I don't see any goats anywhere. We know the elk are over here. They're right there. Don't care about you guys at all. We've got no goats. So they either turned right or we spooked them. And I'm guessing that I spooked the goats instead of the elk that I thought I was spooking. So we're going to head this way and see if we can find that bear. Wow, the sun's setting. Watch it. Watch its shadow go right here in front of us. That sun will be gone in just a few moments. Alright, let's go find this bear. Or try to find this bear anyway. Don't care about spooking the elk. Oh wait, just saw white. That's a rock. So we're going to head this way, see if we can find the bear. If we do, we'll wrap up the hunt with the bear. Maybe the goats came this way. They could have veered off to the right. I would honestly rather find the goats than the bear. We can always go down to Haley-Witch and find our bear and wolf. Oh, there's lots of places to find both. Thorn Springs, White Orchard. There's a bunch of bear around. I'm not worried about finding bear. There's a bear right down here in front of us. But I would much rather find them goats. But I think I screwed up and spooked them. Wind is still not going to be a problem unless we get too far to the southeast of these bear. Let's try to be smart and not spook the bear this time, though. Like we did the goats, apparently twice. Oh. Okay. There's something over here. Don't see anything. Yep. There's my goats. I stood up to get a better look with binoculars and forgot to squat back down before I moved and spooked our goats. Arg. Alright, so we, again, know where they're going. They're going this way now. Don't know what that is, don't care. We're gonna creep over here, try to find this bear, get him, and then we'll go south and find those goats again. Dang it. So that's what they did. They came up and turned to the right, and they were up in here. We were right on top of them. And had I not forgotten to squat back down before I moved, we wouldn't have spooked them. But I did. Alright, let's find this bear. Stinking goats. Alright. Where are you at, bear? Down that way. So 195. That's perfect. That's the same direction the goats went. As long as we don't get close enough to spook them when we shoot. Of course, I may also be chasing a different set of bear. Surprised we don't see him down in there. I could always use the collar. That might be the smart play. Where are you hiding at, Mr. Bear? Or Mrs. Bear, I won't be able to tell the difference. It would be a really handy time for you to come up and inspect me. I remember to squat this time. Okay, so we've got a bear here and a bear here. And I can't see either of them. Ah, there he is. Or she is, he is, it is. Whatever. Something just made a ton of racket. Oh, we spooked a different bear. Oh, wait a minute. Where'd the bear go that we were watching? Did that other bear just... Oh my gosh. Did I just spook the bear into the bear? Oh, come on. Really? I think I did. Well, I'm doing a crap job of doing anything tonight. Jeez. Alright. Well, let's go find this bear down this... Well... Bear, goats... let's go this way. See if we can see anything in this bottom. This direction puts us closer to whatever that was too, because it was kind of off in that direction. Oh, that's a little further this way. Oh, it was off. Oh my gosh, there's bear everywhere. Let's see if we can spook them all. Alright. The bad thing now is if I keep going this way, my wind's going to start pushing the bear. Kind of keep my eyes open this way in case we can see the goats. And we got something right there. I don't even know what to go after now. I'm going this way because of the wind. I don't know what it is. Could be the goats. They could have stopped, could have turned. Could be another bear. But I know if I keep going this direction, I'm just going to push the bear because of my scent. I'm having to go too slow. We don't have a good long line of sight. So we're going to head this direction and see if we can get eyes on something here. And if we don't, we're going to have to end this hunt because we're already at an hour. A little over an hour. It's our goats. Don't think we need the SM-12 for a goat. I think it's a shooter. I feel pretty confident in that shot. Alright, we'll go pick him up and end the hunt. I don't know how far he's going to run. We'll have to do a little bit of tracking. That's alright. The good thing is they didn't run as far as they could have, or they doubled back, or maybe it was a different herd of goats. But right there's our blood. That's what we're looking for right there. Shouldn't be too far away. There's some bighorn. Alright. Let's go pick up this goat. Well, I guess I should say let's go find this goat first. This is the type of terrain that I actually hate tracking. Oh, there we go. That was easy. Alright. Oh, it's a female. Oh, it's big enough to be a male. I was wrong. Alright. So, we did not do as well with the goats and stuff. But, we did knock out the goat, the bighorn sheep, and the elk. So now we've just got two predators. We've got the gray wolf and the black bear, which I think we made the right call, not trying to go after the black bear with the way the wind was blowing. We would have pushed him. So we'll wrap this hunt up and then start the next one down here and see if we can't find... Do we want to go here? I don't know. We'll go somewhere. We won't stay up in She Devil. We'll go somewhere else, probably down to Haley Witch, and see if we can't find a bear and a wolf and get those knocked out. I would like to go down this way for the bear, but I don't know. We'll figure out. Anyway, that's it. We're going to wrap this up, and oh, there they go. we're going to wrap this one up for tonight. And we're going to do some night hunting for predators. So maybe we'll get a chance to break out. Actually, I've got them on me. Break out these fancy dancy binoculars. Because, yeah, we need them. It's 8 o'clock, so it's going to be getting dark, guys. Alright, that's it. We're done. Y'all have a good night. God bless, and happy hunting.